The one was for transport, and that's traffic management and transportation, which is courtesy of the Ministry of Transportation, right, here in Lagos. And we did give a kind of review of what happened on Tuesday. So this morning, let's quickly touch down on day 2, which is the Ministry of Health as well.
Okay.
We're transforming the medical infrastructure of Lagos State and modernizing it and making it climate resilient and cool and comfortable with a lower carbon footprint. We're embarking on extensive public-private partnerships and joint ventures with private sector to support the government in ensuring that Lagos attains its status as being one of the most desirable places on the continent to come and have specialist medical care.
All right, of course, you know that voice so well. We call him the COVID-19 champion. Professor Aki Abayomi, who is the Commissioner for Health in Lagos State, yesterday unveiled a kind of multifaceted strategy which is aimed at reversing the brain drain in the healthcare sector, while also showcasing the significant achievements of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's 6 years on the throne, right? And he was presenting a whole lot of scorecards at the 2025 ministerial press briefing, and he spoke a lot there about what government is doing. But one thing I can tell you guys is that he was highlighting the launch of a new medical university and diaspora engagement efforts as key components for building a resilient healthcare system that we have in Lagos. What do you guys think about the healthcare system in Lagos? Let me start with you, Dele, by the way. A whole lot of reforms are coming up, really.
Yes, you're right. I also want to commend, I think the LSBTS also have been coming. You know, we've been having at least a weekly interaction with them. And they have also been highlighting a lot of the things in terms of training of personnel and retraining of, blood bank facility owners.
Right.
And also, just making a lot of things, making things
Drastic
possible
improvement.
to make sure that when it comes to trauma, or when it comes to incidents, or when it comes to pregnant women giving birth, or those who have who are living with sickle cell, they have regular availability or access to transfusion,
Which
and
is
safe one at that.
Which is very, very true.
Which is very true.
All right, the ministry is transforming the medical infrastructure of Lagos, modernizing it to suit for global standards purposes, making it climate resilient, as he said earlier on, cool and comfortable for a lower carbon footprint. He also said that the government has been embarking on extensive public-private partnerships and joint ventures with private sector to support the government in enhancing and ensuring that Lagos attains the status of one of the best and one of the most desirable places that we have in the continent of Africa. So, and I think that is coming to play really, Dele, because we're having people that are coming back home now for treatment. Can you imagine that?
Yes, indeed.
We're having that these days.
Yes, indeed.
I heard of a story. I mean, there was a testimony that was put on social media not too long ago of this person. He says he's in Canada, right? And he wanted to do what do you call it? Appendicectomy, right? Appendix, right? He's been having that kind of situation for quite a while, and has reached the complication stage. But you know what happens over there? Their health system is overwhelmed in most of those countries. So when you need emergency care in those countries, they will just give you what is required to keep you alive, right?
Yes.
So before you can see a doctor, it could take weeks. So this person now decides, look, instead of me staying here and I do not know the status of my health, I might die, let me just come back to Nigeria. And he came to Lagos and he performed the surgery. He was so happy. He talked about the professionalism of the doctors that attended to him and everything. And, he did the surgery and then recovered and went back to Canada.
Wow.
So that tells you, it appears medical tourism is coming back to Nigeria.
It should. I mean, it's high time with the kind of funding that has been pumped into it, with kind of reforms and policies. I think that it is high time we begin to explore, or rather we begin to tell people, those are our friends, family members in diaspora to come home. Things are happening.
Yes. So
So they should bring the money home.
They should bring their money home, right? So he said that they're trying to neutralize brain drain, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they're working hard on the...
But that is still going to take a while.
It will,
because
it
we
will.
still have a lot more healthcare professionals still leaving.
That's very, very true. Now, Abayemi said, with only 7,000 doctors serving 30 million residents, we face a significant shortfall of 33,000 doctors.
And also, maybe they should make it more attractive also in terms of remuneration.
So I'm looking at that number now. Okay, so 7,730 million. It says we face a significant shortfall of 33,000 doctors. Wow. 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 33,000 doctors. Because it says the WHO benchmark is stating that. So we need about 40,000 to attend to like 30 million people, right?
Better.
And he says that's why they are prioritizing training. He revealed that the University of Medicine and Health Sciences, currently under construction, is expected to train 1,000 doctors annually, making up 40% of its 2,500 yearly student intake. So you can imagine that. So Lagos State government is doing something in that regard.
If the government is still spending money training more personnel, and those personnel still find their way out, shouldn't they be better remunerated so that they can find that attraction to stay instead of going? Because the reason they are going is because of remuneration.
Yeah. So I think he also touched on that. Well, they're doing something in that regard. But still getting back to that university and the construction, it says legislation is almost complete and construction is already on the way for key locations. He spoke about that. He also emphasized the state's strategy, which goes beyond training new professionals, insisting that Lagos is actively, trying to ensure that the experienced Nigerian doctors can also return. Those that have gone abroad can also return and contribute to the healthcare development that we have at home right now. Okay, so I think that just speaks to what Dele is also talking about. He added that one of the administration's digital innovations, the Lagos State Smart Health Information Platform, SHIP, is also nearing rollout. So very, very soon they'll roll that one out as well. He described it as a tool to streamline hospital operations, and he said that it will eliminate the chaos of bed hunting ambulances and end reliance on paper records. So truly, when you get to some hospitals today, there are no beds.
Yes.
You know that?
Yes.
Okay, so sometimes you might have to struggle and jostle just to get a bed. But it says with this kind of innovation, definitely you won't be going there hunting for beds. There will always be one. And then, of course, you'll be able to check before you leave your homes to say, okay, this hospital I'm going, is there a vacant space for me to, take in this patient and all of that? So, which is very, very good. He also stated that Lagos is also making progress in disease control, particularly in areas of combating malaria. We talk about this week being the World Malaria Day, precisely tomorrow. And it says that the state has achieved a malaria prevalence rate of 2.6% and is actively pursuing pre-elimination status. So he's saying that one of these days, in the near future, Lagos will be the first among the West African countries to have a malaria-free territory. That'd be good.
That'd be wonderful, actually.
Mike, when was the last time you had malaria?
I can't remember. Honestly, I hardly fall ill, but each time I come down with any illness, it's usually a high temperature.
Okay.
Yeah, high temperature.
Okay, sometimes we just misinterpret all of these things. So we say, any fever we say it's malaria.
Yes. Well, I think in the over the weekend I read something. No, I heard some doctors were talking about the fact that mosquitoes are actually attracted to people, with a certain blood group. And I'm like, really?
Okay, you find mosquitoes more in the sub-Saharan African region, and that's because we are in the tropics, which really make them to breathe. Really, will you find mosquitoes in the temperate region?
True. That's why when you use the AC, you don't hear them.
Right.
You don't hear them, you don't feel them, you don't even see them.
Right. All right. So Professor Abami said, with strong political will, innovative infrastructure, skilled manpower, digital tools, health insurance, committed partners, and even public support, malaria can become history in Lagos. All right, so we're waiting for that day when Lagos will say this is we are at zero level with malaria infection. Well, on maternal health, which is very, very crucial, we need to talk about that one really.
Yes.
Abami said they've declared zero tolerance for preventive maternal deaths, and I think we need to talk about that one really.
Would you?
Once upon a time, guess what, Dilly? 19 out of 100 women will die from childbirth.
Yeah.
Kilode.
A lot of things really. One, you find that some hospitals do not have the facilities to attend to women with complications
Right. That's
arising
one.
from childbirth.
That's one.
And there's sometimes unavailability of
Of the health facility. Yeah.
And then blood, when they have to, transfuse them with blood, there's none.
Right.
And they can't find anybody that can quickly donate. And then even with donation, sometimes if that blood is not tested before transfusion, then there's a complication to the mother.
Which is very, very true. But Lagos has been working on this from administration to administration.
Of course.
I remember when I was, covering health while in Radio Lagos Eco FM, and these statistics were always staring us in the face. But one thing I could recall, even from as far back as 2005, is the fact that Lagos State has continued to expand its health facilities, and that's why you have so many primary healthcare facilities, so many secondary healthcare facilities, and even the tertiary ones as well. They are growing in strength from strength. So within the locality and every local government in Lagos, you'll find at least a primary healthcare center the way you can be attended to. Guess what? I went to one of the hospitals together, and I'm going to talk about this right now. Randall General Hospital. Back in the days, yes, back in the days, it used to be a healthcare center, right? But it has been upgraded to one of the general hospitals in Lagos. And when I got there, I actually had a feeling that this was private.
Okay.
I'm telling you, because everything was on point.
Okay.
Even from their cards, they've gone digital. To the way they attend to you, and even the expertise of the professionals that were had in there. So at the point, I had to walk up to the consultant and ask him, is this really a public hospital? And he said, yes, it's a public hospital. Everywhere was, the air conditioning system working, and I was there for like 3 to 4 hours. And I was just, it just got me thinking that, wow, so the government is getting it right here with even a public hospital like this. Wow. Little wonder they're saying we're having medical terrorism in return.
Yeah.
All right. So Professor Belmi said our goal is to reduce this figure to 30%. That's 100,000 within the next 2 to 3 decades. Okay. So he underscored the state's comprehensive approach to reforms, saying that Lagos is not just building hospitals, it is also creating smarter, safer, and more equitable healthcare system. He said this is the healthcare system that will drive by data, powered by people, and also inspired by purpose. Wow. All right. So that was what was going down yesterday at the inter-ministerial press briefing. So the Ministry of Health, they have presented their scorecard, and we're hoping that the shortfall of doctors, which he mentioned, something will certainly be done about that. All right, so today, guess which ministries are presented?
Which one?
We're heading towards education. Do not forget, we're talking Teams Plus Agenda. Things Plus Agenda, right?
Yes.
So transportation first, then we have health and education. So the two ministries under the broad Ministry of Education, we have basic education, and then we have tertiary.
Yes.
They split them into two. All right, so they'll be showcasing the scorecard of Mr. Governor today at the Interministerial Press Brief, and we'll be giving you a review of that later in the evening by 6:30. So just keep tuned, stay tuned, and also we'll be giving you a review of that tomorrow morning as well. Awesome. Okay, so that's how it all went down yesterday at the Interministerial Brief. And of course, we can switch gears right now. Dilly will be bringing us newspaper headlines shortly, after which I'll be back to connect with you.
Indeed, all that and more on Your Side Mirror on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Newspaper headlines this morning. We'll be taking a look at the Punch newspaper. We'll also veer into Guardian and let's see what else. This day, Echo News and Alausa Alert. From the Punch newspaper, flight disruptions likely over NIMET workers' strike. Passengers at the Murtala Mohammed Airport, Lagos, and the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, have expressed worry as workers of the Nigerian Meteorological Agency vowed to embark on a nationwide indefinite strike from midnight on Tuesday. The development, according to operators and experts in the sector, could lead to flight disruption across the country should the strike linger. While some passengers are confused about when the strike would begin, many are already jittery about boarding an aircraft. FG releases 50 billion naira to settle ASU, other varsity staff allowances. The Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Alausa, on Wednesday announced the release of 50 billion naira by the federal government to the academic and non-academic staff unions of federal universities for the settlement of earned allowances, as promised by President Bola Tinubu. This development was disclosed in a statement titled, FG releases 50 billion naira earned allowances to varsity unions. Tinubu reaffirms education priority. Issued by Folashade Boriowo, Director of Press at the Federal Ministry of Education. Still taking a look at the Punch newspaper, Minister, others advocate mandatory female running mate for presidents and governors. The Minister for Women Affairs, Iman Sulaiman Ibrahim, the lawmaker representing the Federal Capital Senatorial District, Senator Ireti Kingibe, the National Deputy Women Leader of the All Progressives Congress, and several other stakeholders on Wednesday pushed for 50% representation of females in public offices. The politicians also urged the National Assembly and political parties to consider adopting a bill where for every elected political office, from the presidency and governors to local government chairman, a woman is automatically considered for the position of deputy. Killings. Governors demand more security personnel, tech-driven solutions. The Nigerian Governors Forum has emphasized the need for increased recruitment into security agencies and the adoption of technology-driven solutions to tackle killings at the state level. The forum, led by the Kwara State Governor, Abdurrahman Abdurrazak, made this known in a communique read by the Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, after their meeting on Thursday morning in Abuja. Moving on to Guardian newspaper, insecurity. Tinubu meets with NSA CDS in Abuja. President Bola Tinubu is currently meeting with the National Security Advisor, NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, and the Chief of Defense Staff, CDS, General Chris Musa, at the State House, Abuja. The meeting, which is currently underway at the official residence of the President inside the State House, is apparently coming at a time when the security situation in parts of the country has continued to worsen. FG designates Tinubu Airport, Mina as alternative to Abuja Airport. The federal government has designated the Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Airport in Mina, Niger State, as the official alternative to Abuja's Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. The declaration was made by the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, during the inauguration of commercial flight operations by Overland Airways from the Mina Airport. Keyamo, speaking at the event, said the airport's infrastructure and location made it suitable for handling significant aviation traffic. ECOWAS to relocate institutions from Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has finalized plans to relocate its institutions and agencies currently based in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, following the formal withdrawal of the three countries from the regional bloc. This decision was reached during an extraordinary session of the ECOWAS Council of Ministers held in Accra, Ghana, where contingency measures and future relations with the three nations now aligned under the Alliance of Sahel States were discussed. Moving on to this day newspaper, Zimbabwe's decision to move clash with South Africa to Rwanda may gift Super Eagles lifeline. Super Eagles 2026 World Cup opponent, Zimbabwe, have confirmed having their high-stake clash with Bafana Bafana on October 5 from South Africa to Rwanda. Should Zimbabwe's Warriors win the match, it is going to open opportunity for Nigeria to return to reckoning in the race for the lone Group C ticket. Zimbabwe, who remained under FIFA ban from hosting matches due to stadium inadequacies back home, had initially staged 2 of their home games in South Africa. Another one from football, Liverpool 1 point away from title as Palace hold Arsenal. Crystal Palace twice came from behind to draw 2-2 as second-placed Arsenal and leave Liverpool 1 point from being crowned Premier League champions for the second time in 5 seasons. A draw against Tottenham Hotspur at Anfield on Sunday would now be enough for Ancelot's side, who led Arsenal by 12 points, or who lead Arsenal by 12 points, to clinch their 20th league title, equaling Manchester United's record. From Echo News, SGBV, DSVA takes advocacy to Ikeja residents. The Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, DSVA, community engagement team has spearheaded an impactful door-to-door sensitization campaign across the Ikeja local government area recently. The initiative aims to significantly raise awareness about the critical issues of sexual and gender-based violence, SGBV, and cultivate a strong culture of zero tolerance within the community. We'll take the last one from Alausa Alert. Nurses undergo training on best practices in blood transfusion. Over 110 nurses from public and private hospitals in Lagos State have gone through a one-day structural training on safe blood transfusion practices. Declaring the training open in Ikeja, the special advisor to the Governor on Health, Dr. Mrs. Kemi Oguyemi, underscored the critical role of nurses in blood transfusion processes. She also lauded the Executive Secretary of the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service, Dr. Boduri Oshikumaya, for her dedication to ensuring safe and effective blood transfusion practices across healthcare facilities in Lagos. Well, that's it. You can pick up a copy of any of the dailies online to read more. Also, interact with us via our social media platforms on X, Traffic Radio 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Traffic Radio 961, and follow me across social media at Dele and Gadumo.
motorcycle enthusiast. Keep listening to Your Side Mirror on Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. It simply rocks.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We're back, and of course, it's time to connect with you. Beautiful song way back in the 80s there, Thousand Boy. Okay, all right. So the roads this morning, let's quickly see. Most of those areas that we are covering are still favorably good. We did tell you that the update from the Ikorodu end, vehicular movement looking pretty good in and out of Odogunyo at this time. Traffic inwards Flower as well as first and second gates, Okegbegun Sawmill, Lasma Yard High School, and areas like Ileopo, Oba, up to Sabo Roundabout, all moving at a very, very fast pace at this time. Sabo Roundabout connecting Aleje is busy but moving. This is due to some bad portions of the road within that particular location. Traffic inwards Ikorodu interchange heading towards Primero and Unity up to Benson is also appreciably good too. We can tell you most of those corridors, no major breakdowns cited. Transporting your imagination to the other side of town, Ekpe to be precise, we can tell you impressive travel time is being experienced from Mojoda connecting Itamaru, looking pretty good. Italpo as well as Ayeturu, all having it pretty good too. Inwards General Hospital, not bad at all. Linking up with the T Junction, also looking good. Temu and Ukiosho down to K2, very, very good too. It's also a free flow of traffic from T Junction connecting Alaro City, Elerogbe, Ukeogun, as well as Ibeju, Kara, the market there, and Eleganza down to Kaitaro and Eleko Junction, all looking pretty good, while the return journey from Eleko Junction is very applaudable at this time. We'll be serving you more helpings as they come in, but right now let's switch gears to celebrate you. If you are marking your birthday today, let's ring out the bell for you on this 24th day in the month of April. Okay then, so many celebrants marking their birthdays today. Sukomi Oyegbola is celebrating. Permanent Secretary, Public Service Office, right here in Lagos. And that's Office of the Head of the Service. A big shout out going out to you as you celebrate Mr. Oyegbola. Happy birthday to you. We wish you many more in terms of God blessings in your life as you serve Lagos in this capacity. Zainab Ejike Bakari is celebrating. You are a public affairs officer with the Ministry of Information and Strategy. Happy birthday to you. Adesoye Oyelami is celebrating, another public affairs officer with the Ministry of Information and Strategy. We wish you well as you celebrate on this day. Taufik Odwewu is member Eco Boys to Men Association of Lagos. Taufik, happy birthday to you. We wish you well as you celebrate. We pray for you too on this great day. Ungozi Egbenwiyon is celebrating. Happy birthday to you. Honorable Rahim Owolabi Ajenifuja is celebrating. We wish you well as you celebrate on this day. Miriam Oluyemi Omolade is celebrating. Happy birthday to you, Miriam. We wish you the very best too. Osayende Shedrak is celebrating. Happy birthday to you too. Wale Adeoye. Today is your day. We're wishing you well. And celebrating today as well is Shola Bankole. A big birthday shout out going out to you as you celebrate. Daniela Ayoluwa Tomiwa Uguyade is celebrating. I understand you're clocking 11 today. On Mom and Dad, they are celebrating you on national radio. Wish you well as you celebrate. Mojisola Akpatira is celebrating. Happy birthday to you. Mrs. Abraham Abosede Elizabeth, today is your day too. We wish you well. Mr. Ajetumobi Benga JP, I understand you're celebrating today as well. Adeboale Olorunwa Ayomi is celebrating. Happy birthday to you. Chinonso Perpetual, today's your day too. That's Chinonso Perpetual Uzogara. Today is your day. We wish you well. Engineer Felix Ifeanyi Ezioka is a philanthropist extraordinaire with Umwa. That's Umadarame. Okay, Umadarame family. All right then. Happy birthday to you. We wish you well on this wonderful day. Dr. Ebere Christiana Agbogu Ni Umba is celebrating. Happy birthday to you too. Mrs. Maria is also celebrating. That's Mrs. Maria Ilugbohi. I understand you have the shelter network Today is your day too. Babatunde Onosoya, happy birthday to you. Dr. Sheyi Kehinde, clocking 60 on this wonderful day. You are publisher, City People's Magazine. All right, Dr. Sheyi Kehinde, happy birthday to you. Celebrating today as well is Olaide Omotosho Badmos. Today is your 50th birthday. Okay, not today actually. It's belated. Maybe that could be yesterday. All right, happy birthday to you too. From the traffic managers family, 19 of them. Deputy Controller Adeniro Olariwaju is celebrating. That's Olariwaju Matthew. You are District Controller Lagos Central. Lagos Central 2 at Aja. Happy birthday to you. Assistant Controller Awodeinde. Yeah, Awodeinde Lukman Abisoye. Your area commander. Today is your day too. We wish you well. Another Assistant Chief Law Enforcement Traffic Officer is celebrating. And I'm talking about Omobude Rita Owabaku. All right, that's the same Rita that we know. She's the now head of Zone 30 in Masha Aguda. All right then. Rita Omobude, happy birthday to you, Chief Law Enforcement Officer. All right, another Chief Law Enforcement Officer celebrating is Okebiorum Florence. All right, Olusegun. I understand you're account officer with the accounts department at Oshodi. Okay then, so we wish you the very, very best of this day too. Principal Law Enforcement Traffic Superintendent, that's Orizve Oluwakemi Fumilayo. All right, you have the admin office at Zone 24 in Badagry. Happy birthday to you. Assistant Chief Law Enforcement Officer Oshinuga Owolabi Oyiwale is of Zone 42 in Imota. Happy birthday to you. Ido Babatunde Olumide is at the headquarters in operations, all right, with the Oshodi. All right, happy birthday to you too. Oladega Aziz Kola belongs to Zone 3 in Ikpori. Happy birthday to you too. Ajose is also celebrating. That's Ajose Taseyo Bartholomew. Yeah, you are of Zone 7 in Ejigbo. Happy birthday to you too. Sanu Mary Omoyeye is of Zone 10, Maryland. Happy birthday to you. Dairo is also celebrating today as well. Dairo Moshood Ayodele of Zone 11 in Idiroko. Anthony, happy birthday to you, Dairo. Taiwo Anuluakpo Dorcas is celebrating of Zone 11, Idiroko in Anthony. Happy birthday to you too. Sholaja Aziz, today's your day too. That's Sholaja Aziz Adewale of Zone 20, PWD, Ikeja along. We wish you the very best of this day. Said Aziz Abiola belongs to Zone 21, Mushi. Happy birthday to you too. Bolariwa Ibrahim Alabi is of Zone 22 in Aurelia Igomu. All right, happy birthday to you too. Sovi Olubenga Johnson belongs to Zone 24 in Badagry. Happy birthday to you too. And Olaniyo Latif Femi of Zone 25, Iyanoiworo, Bariga. Today is your day too. We wish you the very, very best. Mustafa Taiwo Adenike belongs to Zone 33 in Ogolonto. And last but not the least is Anima Shaun Olushola Hafusat, who belongs to Zone 34 in Okwebi Allen. Okay, very, very long list indeed. So to all of you celebrating, it's going to be a long list of blessings in your life, and God will certainly reward you guys greatly in this year of great promise.
property owner, a developer, or building professional in Lagos State. Are you aware of the developmental strides of the Lagos State government in the built environment? Do you know the kinds of approvals you must obtain before starting building construction in Lagos State? Do you know where and how to get these approvals? For answers to these and many more, tune in to Build Right, a 45-minute program on the activities of the Lagos State Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development and its agencies. Build Right is aimed at making Lagos sustainable, resilient, and attractive to business through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning. Join us every Thursday, 9:15 to 10 a.m. on Lagos Traffic Radio, 96.1 FM, as we take physical planning and urban development to the next level. Tune in and listen to government officials and other relevant professionals in the built environment as they bring new insights and latest trends in the physical planning and urban development space. Thursdays, 9:15 a.m. is the date. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM is the station. Build Right is brought to you by the Office of the Special Advisor, EGIS, and Urban Development in partnership with Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Build Right for a sustainable Lagos.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Anytime you hear this tune, it's time for us to switch gears and talk all things building and all things physical planning. And the whole idea is to ensure that we have a well-planned city which will be livable for everyone. You're welcome to Build Right, the program that talks about the built environment in Lagos. Every Thursdays from 9:15 through 10 o'clock, your station of attraction comes alive with this program, which is a public enlightenment courtesy of the Lagos State Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, geared at you having the right information that relates to physical planning and urban development of the state. It's nice to have you join us. My name is Victor Oteri. All right, so for quite some time now, we've been focusing on district officers and the roles that they play in shaping the future of the built environment. Today, we're going to be continuing that dialogue as we take you to Apapa. All right, so what do we have in Apapa in terms of approvals for building and, of course, approvals for, that's your planning permit? What do we have in that regard? We'll be connecting with the district officers who are already in the studios to share their own experience. We'll also be hitting the streets this morning to also hear from you as it relates to you blowing the whistle or perhaps whistle blowing if you see any structure which could be of harm to residents in Lagos, right? We're going to be touching down on that one as well. All this and much more part of the menu. But first off, let's have a word from our partners. And when we return, we kick off the conversation in earnest.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Plan and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estates and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling, or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the state operative development plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Igbega Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Àjùmọ̀ṣe Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We'll set for the conversation more quickly. Let's take you back to the roads and let you in on the latest updates that are coming in from our traffic managers based on the road. Incident report from Zone 45 within the Iba Otoi Janiki corridor. I understand we have an incident there at Abule Oshun bus stop. This is on the main carriageway. If you're heading towards Ojo Barracks this morning on the Badagry Expressway. And it's a breakdown, yes, from what we can see here. It's a breakdown of a loaded 40-foot container with a tire problem. This is at Abule Oshun bus stop on the main carriageway if you're heading towards Ojo Barracks, all right? So efforts on, and they're trying to see what they can do to get it off. Okay, yeah, the mechanic, I understand, has been contacted, and any moment from now, that will be taken care of. So taking note of that if you are within that particular corridor. Making the journey to the main points on the island is still very accessible. If you want to navigate through the 3rd Milan Bridge, still very, very accessible at this time. The Okota Isolo end, I understand, Limca connecting Lasutek roundabout is moving at a fast pace now. Likewise for Daliko Isolo Bridge, looking good. The earlier reported backlog due to ongoing road rehabilitation is now cleared, so it's much better navigating through that corridor right now. That is within the Okota Isolo axis. Obalende corridor this morning, I understand a steady movement in and out of Obalende underneath the bridge, while if you're descending from Obalende bridge, it's still looking good as well. Vehicular movement from Falamo roundabout connecting Awolowo Road, Kefi, very much in good shape, but approaching Oniko roundabout by Military Hospital turning is busy. Further movement is okay as we speak. Bodilon inwards journey Gerald Alexander Link Bridge is also looking good. Likewise for Alexander Road, linking up with that particular corridor. So most of the areas we're covering there are still looking pretty good as well. All right, so on Build Right this morning, we're taking you all the way to Apapa. But before we do that, we hit the streets. Yes, we're going to be talking to people on the streets this morning to hear from them, really. If you find a defective structure in Lagos, what responsibility do you have as a citizen? Will you be willing to report? So Mike James has been speaking with people at Apapa to hear from them this morning. Also to find out if they'll be willing to whistleblow and talk to government if they see any building that is showing signs of collapse, or perhaps showing signs that it is defective. Will they be willing to report this? Let's hear from people on the streets with Mike James.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Right, I'm sorry to take just a few seconds from you, but I want to ask a question. Do you live in this environment?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so have you noticed any building or maybe a couple of buildings that are not suitable for habitation, but yet people are living in it?
Yes, there's a building in this area. So the point is that there are some like CDA, they have actually notified the building people that you come and like demolish or come and like talk to the landlord.
Okay, so the question here is, if you notice any of such buildings, are you willing to report to the appropriate authorities?
Of course, I'm willing to report, because if he doesn't report in time, it will lead to another fatal something. You know, a lot of people will now die there. So it's better that you report so that you can be able to save people's life.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Thank you.
I'm sorry to take a little of your time. You stay in this environment?
Yeah.
So in these environments where you live, have you noticed any building or maybe some buildings that are deformed or not suitable to live in, but yet people are living in it?
Yes, sir.
You have?
Yeah.
But if you have the appropriate channel, are you willing to report? Would you want to report?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Why I'm willing to report is that people living in such a building, I can say that their life are in danger also, because the building can collapse and it can fall down at any time. It's good if any person sees such a building and report it to the authority so that they will do something concerning it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Sorry to take your time.
No problem.
So I want to ask a few questions. Do you live in this environment?
Not really.
Okay, you don't live here.
Yes.
Well, in the environments where you live, Have you noticed any building or some buildings that are looking very bad, dilapidated, unfit for habitation, but people are still living there?
Many.
Many of them?
Many of them.
Okay, but if you have the appropriate channel to report those kind of buildings, are you willing to report?
Yes, why not?
Why?
Because of the Nigeria need to do something about all those houses. Anytime the house can collapse, and when it collapse, it can wound many people. Can even